Please state your name and that of your Christmas tree farm and its location.
I'm Fred Wagoner. I was raised in Guilford County, and where I started my Christmas trees with red cedar, but we bought a farm in the mountains and have been raising Fraser firs since 1967.
When and why did you start growing Christmas trees?
My dad had encouraged us to take a few of the red cedar trees to town to sell and make a little bit of money to go to college on. We sold those first trees for $1 to $2 a piece.
What challenges did you experience? What challenges did you experience?
What challenge?
Challenges,
Oh, really? It hadn't been much. We've been so fortunate with good people, good customers. We've been so fortunate to have good location for our retail lots in Greensboro, which is such an important thing, to have a large enough to have a good display of a large number of trees and display them well, and good exposure. And we've just been so fortunate in having good customers just continually grow as we've grown with the business.
Did you get assistance in starting, and if so, from whom?
Did I get any assistance?
And any help from anybody when you started?
The only help I had was from my father. Yeah, he helped us start shearing those red cedar with a machete, and did the same thing with our white pine until we learned about the Beneke Christmas tree trimmer, the rotary trimmer, and then we started using it. But we've raised them, and we fertilize them and shear them each year, and try to have a quality tree. And that's been pretty success of our business, is that we have had quality trees and quality people to work with us.
What changes have you seen in growing trees and in the Christmas tree business through the years?
Well, as we've expanded, as we got into Fraser firs, first Fraser firs we sold were cut off in Roan Mountain. We bought the boundaries up there and cut the big trees and got a native little wild tree at the top and got the boughs to make the wreaths. And so that was a real challenge to go up there and to cut those trees. But then we saw the need for the Fraser fir, so we bought land in 1967 and started raising our own, because we were only just a few people that even had any Fraser firs, and most of those were small. The first Fraser firs we bought was in a field, and we about 6 foot high, and we cut a few of them and got the guy to raise them another year, paid him $1 a piece to raise them another year for us, and that helped us really get started with selling nursery-grown Fraser firs, and we planted our own first Fraser firs in 1967.
What new problems are faced today?
The real problems today is over abundance of trees. We've got some people that have got into it in a big way that really some of them shouldn't have business because they're not doing a quality job. But what's happening is all the prices are staying the same or less because of the surplus of trees, but all of our costs relating to it and of every kind are going up. But we've learned good practices with chemical mowing with Roundup, and with been a good job of using our insecticides properly and so forth, that we were producing quality trees, and there's a market for quality trees, still will be, but some of these poor quality trees are hurting the market.
How do you see the future of the industry?
Well, I think it's going to level off. Some of these people are going to slow down. quit planting, and it'll. I believe in just a few years it'll the market will level off and be able to supply what we need. Unfortunately, there's a lot of competition from the artificial tree, and a lot of the people just don't even have a tree. But the good part is when we produce a quality tree and do a good marketing job, we'll continue to do okay. But it'll never be as good as it's been, I don't believe.
How long have you been involved with the Eastern North Carolina Christmas Tree Growers Association?
I was at the very beginning. I joined when they first, I was there when they first talked about organizing it, and was glad to be a part of it. I was selling a little bit of equipment. I had the mowers and the shearing machines and the wreath machines and wreath rings and roping supplies and some of those sort of things that I was supplying for the growers. So I got in the very beginning and I've been in it ever since. They've been very good to me.
Please share any stories, thoughts you'd like regarding your years in growing and selling trees. Any stories and thoughts you have about your years in the business?
What about?
Any stories and thoughts you may have about your years in the Christmas tree business?
Years in the business. Well, I can say that I've been retailing, I've been raising trees, selling some wholesale, and the main reason I've been in the trees is for the retail, for my own tree lot. Our tree lot was in Greensboro. John and Fred Wagoner, my twin brother and I, together. And then later on, his boys wanted to get involved, so we separated, and we started my own, Fred and Dot Wagoner. My wife looked after the cash register, and so she knew more people than anybody else, and the most important part of the business almost. And it's really been great for us. Through the years, we have had a quality tree, and we've given quality service. We started out with providing netting balers for the trees, and we had shakers to shake the needles out of them. We had put customers bring their stands, or we'd sell them a stand and we'd put the stands on for them. We had real good help on the lots. We used young people in town, and most of these would be the lawyers' sons and the doctors' sons, top quality young people, and they made good contacts in the community, which helped us. But the important thing is all along we kept trying to add things. We had a big snowman that we purchased 20 years ago, and it just mushroomed our business just overnight when we did that. And we've added a little merry-go-round on the lot. We've had a one-horse sleigh with a big fiberglass horse for the children to play on. We've had things of that sort that we've continually added that's helped us, and our lot has just been the lot to go to in Greensboro. We raised there and worked there, and it's just the people have been so wonderful. But through the years, our business has continually increased, and we have been so fortunate in having these customers and third generations that are back. So we're now selling white pine, red cedar, Leland cypress, and Fraser fir on those on that big tree lot. I say we are. I've sold the lot to a friend, and they're now operating it. I've got so it's time for me to cut back and let them do it, but it's still in my name, and we're just happy that we can still be a part of that marketing, seeing Greensboro.
Well, Mr. Wagoner, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.